There is a particular unease people feel when they encounter a Sigma male. They are a peculiar breed, and their way of navigating life tends to make everyone around them stop and scratch their heads. Sigma's unapologetic ways can be as unnerving as they are intriguing. These men tread a razor-thin line between admirable independence and outright unpredictability. They do not care if they are misunderstood. They know what they are doing, and they are perfectly fine leaving the rest of the world guessing. And if you have ever caught yourself puzzling over what a Sigma male has done, something you could not quite put your finger on, this is your moment of clarity. Stick around as we unpack the 7 dark things Sigma males do that unsettles everyone. If you enjoy this breakdown, do not forget to like and share this video. It costs you nothing, but it means the world to us. 1. They get into their manic Sigma phase. Every Sigma has a phase where they go full throttle, often to the bewilderment of everyone around them. Think of it as their version of going into beast mode. During this time, they become hyper-focused, hyper-productive, and frankly, borderline obsessive about achieving their goals. When a Sigma enters this phase, they are like a freight train with no brakes. They will work through the night, skip meals, and ignore social obligations. To an outsider, it looks like madness. Truth be told, he is not. But that is precisely the point. These phases are not about balance or wellness. They are about pushing limits. Their manic phase leaves people torn between admiration and unease. Their drive and discipline are impressive, yet their intense focus can make them seem entirely disconnected from reality. They may neglect relationships, forget birthdays, and cancel plans without a second thought. It is not personal. It is just that nothing else matters to them during this time. People find this unsettling because they do not seem to care about the toll it takes on them. Burnout is irrelevant. Sleep? Overrated. They are like a boxer who keeps fighting long after the bell has rung. While others worry about pacing themselves, Sigmas are busy chasing the high of accomplishment. This phase eventually ends, of course, but it leaves an impression. Those who witness it often walk away with a mix of admiration and discomfort. It is hard to watch someone push themselves to such extremes without wondering why that level of determination feels almost out of reach for most. 2. They do not want to be your friend. This one stings, does it not? Sigmas do not have the slightest interest in popularity contests or social circles. If you think you are indispensable in their life, think again. They approach relationships, all relationships, with clinical detachment. To them, friendships are optional accessories, not essential survival tools. They will not waste time pretending to like someone for the sake of politeness or appearances. You might think this makes them cold, but they see it as efficient. If they enjoy your company, you will know it. If they do not, you will also know it, and probably quicker than you would like. This is not to say that they are incapable of forming bonds. They just approach them differently. They value quality over quantity, and their inner circle is usually tighter than a drum. What throws people off is their apparent indifference to being liked. Most people seek approval, even subtly, but Sigmas have zero interest in that. They can walk into a room full of strangers, speak their mind unapologetically, and walk out without a care for how they were perceived. You might call it arrogance, but to a Sigma, it is a total absence of neediness. Most people expect some reciprocity in their efforts to connect, but with the Sigma, there is no guarantee. People are used to others seeking acknowledgement, so when someone genuinely does not, it feels off. It makes others question themselves. Why does he not want to connect? Is it me? Spoiler alert, it is not you. It is just how they are wired. If you try to cling to them, you are only pushing them further away. Nothing matters more to them than their independence, and the moment they sense someone trying to tie them down, they disappear without a trace. For them, life is not about building attachments. It is about safeguarding their freedom to move and live on their own terms. 3. They do uncomfortable things to get what they want. Most people avoid discomfort like the plague. Sigmas, on the other hand, seem to have an almost masochistic relationship with it. They know that growth and success often lie on the other side of discomfort, so they lean into it rather than shy away from it. Whether it is having brutally honest conversations, taking on risky challenges, or making unpopular decisions, they do what needs to be done. Take, for example, their approach to career moves. While others may stick to safe choices, Sigmas are the type to quit a stable job on a whim if they feel it no longer serves their purpose. This unpredictability unsettles everyone around them. Colleagues may label them reckless. Friends may call them irrational. But the Sigma knows that playing it safe rarely leads to greatness. Their ability to endure discomfort also extends to their personal lives. They are not afraid to confront painful truths about themselves or others. If they sense a relationship, romantic or otherwise, is holding them back, they will end it without hesitation, regardless of how messy the fallout might be. It is not that they enjoy conflict. They just prioritize progress over peace. Their willingness to embrace discomfort makes them incredibly resilient. While others crumble under pressure, Sigmas thrive in chaos. They are the ones who can sit in silence during awkward moments, stare down opponents without flinching, and make choices that would paralyze most people. Their mindset is simple. If it needs to be done, they will do it, no matter how unpleasant. Their actions often leave others unsettled because they expose just how much people are held back by their own fear of discomfort. Watching a Sigma operate is like holding up a mirror to your own insecurities, and not everyone is ready for that reflection. 4. They never forget that you wronged them. Sigmas have a memory like an iron trap, especially when it comes to being wronged. They may not show it immediately, but if you cross them, it sticks. This is not about holding grudges in the traditional sense. It is about cataloging experiences and knowing exactly who they are dealing with moving forward. When someone betrays their trust or undermines them, they file it away without fanfare. There will be no dramatic outburst or public confrontation. They internalize it and adjust their behavior accordingly. They become colder, more distant, or altogether indifferent toward the person in question. The unsettling part is that this shift often happens so subtly that others do not realize what is happening until it is too late. Sigmas are not interested in petty revenge or pointless drama. They are strategic in how they handle those who have wronged them. If they choose to address the issue, it will be on their terms and at a time of their choosing. This deliberate approach makes them formidable adversaries because you never see them coming. Their ability to hold on to these experiences without letting them consume them is what sets them apart. While others might let emotions cloud their judgment, Sigmas remain cool-headed. This calculated nature can be unnerving because it reveals just how much control they have over themselves and the situation. But make no mistake, just because they do not react immediately does not mean they have forgiven or forgotten. They are simply playing the long game, and in their world, patience is a virtue. Their silent, strategic response to being wronged leaves others feeling both unsettled and, frankly, a little terrified. 5. They fight like they have nothing to lose. When it comes down to it, Sigmas are not the type to back down from a challenge. But what truly sets them apart, and what makes them so unsettling, is the way they approach a fight. Whether it is a metaphorical battle or a literal one, they fight as though they have nothing to lose. This makes them unpredictable, relentless, and frankly, terrifying opponents. Their mindset is rooted in their deep sense of autonomy. Because they are not tethered to the same social constructs, fears, or dependencies that hold others back, they are willing to take risks that most people would never consider. This creates a dynamic where their adversaries have everything to lose, while the Sigma seems unfazed by the stakes. What is even more unnerving is their ability to stay calm under pressure. While others might lose their composure in the heat of the moment, Sigmas maintain an almost eerie level of focus. They channel all their energy into finding weaknesses, exploiting vulnerabilities, and turning the tide in their favor. This kind of calculated aggression catches opponents off guard and often leaves them scrambling to keep up. Their nothing-to-lose attitude is not about recklessness, it is about freedom. Because they do not place value on external validation or material possessions in the same way others do, they fight for principles, ideas, and outcomes that matter to them. This makes them incredibly dangerous because their motivations are often deeper and more personal than their opponents realize. For those on the receiving end of a Sigma's fight, it is an experience they are unlikely to forget. The combination of fearlessness, focus, and determination makes Sigmas formidable in ways that are difficult to predict or counter. It is not just about winning, it is about making the statement. And that statement is often loud, clear, and deeply unsettling. 6. They actively seek out anchor spots in every spaces. Sigma males have an uncanny ability to locate and secure anchor spots wherever they go. These are not physical places but metaphorical footholds, points of stability and influence they can rely on while navigating the chaos around them. What makes this so unsettling is how quietly and effectively they do it, often without anyone noticing until it is too late. Unlike others who assert dominance or make their intentions obvious, Sigmas operate in the shadows, studying the landscape before making their move. In a workplace, they might not aim for the spotlight roles, but they will become indispensable to the decision-makers. In social circles, they may not be the loudest voice, but they will subtly shape the dynamics, ensuring they have a say in outcomes without anyone realizing they have taken control. What truly unnerves people is their ability to adapt to any environment, no matter how unfamiliar. Drop a Sigma into a room full of strangers, and within hours, they will identify the key players, the power structures, and the weaknesses in the system. They will find their anchor spot, whether it is a critical relationship, a unique skill they bring to the table, or an unspoken understanding of the group's needs. The chilling part is how permanent these anchors can become. Once a Sigma has embedded themselves, they are nearly impossible to dislodge. Their influence is subtle yet pervasive, and their presence shifts the balance of power in ways others cannot always explain. It is not just their ability to find anchor spots that unsettles, it is their ability to turn those spots into unshakable bastions of control. 7. They bide their time to take revenge. Sigmas are not quick to act on emotions, especially when it comes to being wronged. If revenge is on their mind, they do not rush into it with a hot head. No, they take their time, wait for the right moment, and execute with precision that leaves everyone reeling. This is not the kind of immediate, impulsive retaliation that most people are accustomed to. It is calculated, measured, and often far more effective. You might not even know that you are on their radar until it is too late. While others might erupt in the heat of the moment, Sigmas remain calm and collected. They use this time to observe, strategize, and assess the best way to handle the situation. It is not about getting even. It is about sending a message. And that message is often delivered with chilling clarity. Their approach to revenge is rooted in their understanding of power dynamics. Sigmas know that striking at the right time is more important than striking first. This level of patience is what makes them so unnerving. Most people are used to immediate reactions, but Sigmas play the long game. They can wait days, months, or even years to settle a score. When they do, it is not a petty act of vengeance. It is a calculated move that ensures they come out on top. Interestingly, their methodical approach to revenge often teaches those around them an unspoken lesson. It is not about being petty or vindictive. It is about showing that actions have consequences. This is where their psychological depth comes into play. They do not just retaliate. They make sure their response resonates, leaving a lasting impact on the person who wronged them. For those on the receiving end, it is an experience that can only be described as unsettling. The sheer patience and precision with which Sigmas execute their plans make it clear that they are not to be trifled with. While most people move on or let go, a Sigma quietly waits, watches, and eventually strikes when the time is right. It is this ability to operate on a different timeline that leaves others feeling off balance. There you have it. If these points resonated with you, do not forget to hit the like button and share this video. If you have not subscribed yet, now is the perfect time. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next